everyone. Hello everyone. Today I'm going to teach you how to make an effective resume. Nowadays everybody is using ATS in all the companies. So I'm going to teach you an effective ATS format resume where you can upload in any company, or even you can send it to the recruiters via email also. So I am going to tell you what are the main things which your profile should have. So first thing, you should have your name. Okay, your name should have a bigger font, and you have to make sure either it is in capital or simple letters, but the font size should be bigger than the rest of the details in your resume. Okay, in case if it is times new, I have selected times new Roman 26, and the rest it is small. And the profile or objective, you have to write a small objective like whatever I have written. Like I have this experience and I'm skilled in this and I'm looking for a position like related to an accounting profile or an HR profile or whatever profile like that. You have to write in an objective. And contact details, so you have to in the contact details you have to write your phone number, email ID, and your current location. So your phone number should always start with the pin code. It should always start with your country code, because in case if you're applying your profile to abroad, so they will know that not know that you are from India, or from some other country. So in that case it is compulsory that you have to mention your country code and email ID. If you have one or two email IDs also, you can add same with the phone number and current location. In case if you are from Bangalore, you should mention it as Bangalore, India. It is mandatory to mention your country name, because when you're applying for abroad job, so if you mention the city name, some recruiters they will not know from where the city is. So in that case they have to Google it. So to make their jobs easier, and for your profile enhancement also, you can add the country name and education. So you have to mention your what is your degree, okay, and then where you have done. That is enough. It's not mandatory that where you have completed all these things. It is not necessary. In case if you're a fresher or having 1 year of experience, 1 or 2 years of experience, then you can mention your degree, which college you have done, and your percentage and your year of passed out also you can mention, even if you are an experienced candidate. But only the percentage, it is not mandatory. Only for 1 or 2 years of experience it is mandatory. Other than that you don't have to mention it. And skills, so this is the main thing which speaks more about your profile. Most of them are not updating the skill. There is no skill space in your profile, so it should be either skills or core competencies or like area of expertise. So in this you have to mention, like if you are carrying like 10 years of experience and you have done five different jobs, in that what are the main things. For example, you have worked as an auditor, and then you have also worked as an accountant, and in other company if you have worked as an admin. Likewise, if you have experience in five different companies, so as a accounts payable accounts person, you would have worked on accounts payables, receivables, general ledger, or you can just mention it as core accounting as one skill. And auditor, so you have done auditing and you have done external auditing or internal auditing, and you have done quality checks, that you can mention in that. And if you are a trainee, you would have trainee in some other company, an audit base, so you can mention you have worked on taxation part and you have worked on accounting as well. And likewise, you have to mention your skills in just points like this. Whatever I have mentioned, just the skill set should have like 5 to maximum of 8 points, 8, or you can mention even 10 also, but it should be a valid one. Do not mention if you are a fresher or 1 year experience, it is fine, but more than 1 year of experience you should not mention that you have good communication skills, and you are like something related to this communication skills or a strong team player, all these things are not required if you are a fresher. If you are an experienced candidate, if you are a fresher, you can mention it. And passport details, it is if you are applying for an upright job, like if you are going for abroad, then it is mandatory that you have to mention your passport number, passport expiry date, month, and year. Okay, so how you have to mention the date, month, and year is it should be like 22 May. May you should not mention it as 5. Instead of that, you have to mention it as May. Write it as May and 19. For example, I'm saying 1998, something like that. And if you have driving license, you should mention, if it is an Indian driving license, mention it as Indian live driving license. If you have UAE or UK driving license, you have to mention which country license you have. And if it is a light, heavy, or commercial, whatever it is, that also you have to mention. But it is not mandatory that you have to mention your driving license number. Okay, and then experience. So experience, like for experience, just mention, you make sure you are mentioning 5 points maximum. See, in this resume I just took this to show it as an example. It is not mandatory to mention this much. Okay, so here we have more than 10 points, but this person has worked as, in the same company he has done two jobs, so 5 he has mentioned. So 5 points in the first job, and the second job as a driver he has mentioned 5 points, and extra he has mentioned whatever other he has done. But it is not mandatory that you have to mention like 10, 15 points. Okay, if you have done only one job, then you can mention in an elaborate way. But if you have worked in 5 company, just make sure you are adding like 5 to 7 points maximum, or even less than that is fine, but don't elaborate. And then that's it, you don't have to mention anything more than this is the resume which you have to make it. And then you can also add personal details. In the personal details, you can mention your nationality. Nationality is mandatory in case if you're applying for an abroad job. And then you can mention your permanent address, and then if you're married, single, is that thing. And date of birth, like I said last, while talking about the passport number expiry. So same like that, you have to mention 23 February 1989. You have to mention it like that. And then if you have driving license also, you can mention in the personal details itself. And talking about the certification part, certification, if you have any certification related to the professional career, you can mention that certifications point by point. And then if you're a 5 years of or plus experienced candidate, or if you have any achievements you have done, and if you have received any awards in the company, you can mention that in achievements. Okay, so that you can mention it. And apart from that, certifications, it is mandatory to mention if you have any certificate related to your job, and if you have any technical skills, like you are well versed or you are certified in MS Excel, or you have done Tally course, or like SAP courses, or some technical courses. Even if you have experience in non IT, but you are experienced, like technical wise, if you have any knowledge in that, you can mention your technical certificates also. But make sure some are, even experienced candidate with 5 years, they are mentioning like they have attended symposiums, they have attended like inter-college competition. All these are not necessary. If you are a fresher, you can mention it. And some are mentioning that you have received awards when you were in college, so that's not necessary at all. If you are an experienced candidate, more than 2 years of experience if you are carrying, it is not necessary to mention. And talking about the resume size, you should have maximum of 2 or 3 pages. If it is one page, that's well and good. Okay, so make sure you're concising that into a small. And don't think if you make like too many flashy like fonts with colors or flashy designs, your resumes will get attract the recruiters. No, it is not like that at all, because when it comes to ATS accepts like simple resumes only. If you had too much graphics, and if the ATS system doesn't have the program to accept certain things, it will show that you have completed your submission, but when the recruiter opens it, so they will not be able to view your resume. Okay, so you might be thinking that even your resume is completely suitable to your the profile which they have posted, but you're not getting a call. Maybe this might be the reason. Okay, and also skill speaks more when it comes to a job. So no recruiter will have, don't think if you're adding too much job responsibilities you will get shortlisted. No, that's not the case. So whatever you have done, you have to write in just 2 or 3 points. For example, if a recruiter is applying is if she wants to take a candidate from core accounting job, okay, she will just put control F, and she will just check if you have accounts payable experience. Okay, so accounts payable, if you have experience, then she will take your profile. If you don't have experience, then she will not take your profile. It will be like that. So nobody will waste time in reading each and everything, because for one position more than 200 to 300 candidates will apply, and the recruiter might be having only 3 or 4 days to close a position. So if she or he review all the profiles, they will not get time, so they will just do a random search and then they will take the profiles. So in that case, what you have to do is make your skill strong. First thing they will notice in your profile is skill. Once you the skills are good, there are chances for your profile to get shortlisted. Okay, and if you have any doubts, you can definitely ask me in comments, or we are also working on resume enhancement. I will give you my email ID in the below description. You can contact via that. Thank you so much.